Hi all, you are watching a fragment of the countdown program from January 11, 2024. Today is Thursday. View all of our programs on the Patreon resource. And thanks to everyone who is becoming our patrons right now. I'll talk about the themes of the postscript later, but now about the most important thing. Vladimir Zelensky continues his political tour of the Baltic countries. Yesterday he visited Lithuania. Today, after his visit to Estonia, he will also go to Latvia. Lithuanians, Estonians and Latvians are no strangers to the mentality of the Russian world. It doesn't matter what it is, Tsarist imperial or Red Bolshevik. It smells of the same thing, the thirst for enslavement of small peoples. After several decades of Soviet occupation, the Baltic countries were able to escape from the iron grip of the empire, join the European Union and NATO, and therefore now, like no one else, they feel empathy for Ukraine, which is also striving to escape from the imperial orbit of a giant cannibal. Therefore, Zelensky's words, spoken the day before in Lithuania, sounded relevant for all the Baltic states. We are all unlucky to have such an inadequate neighbor who brings unhappiness and lack of freedom. But we will never again become prisoners of geography and will not allow Russia to destroy either our statehood or yours, because we are together and unite others in order to have sufficient common strength. Zelensky discussed with Lithuanian President Gitanas Nausėda issues of further support for Kyiv in the war with Russia, as well as the integration of Ukraine into NATO and the European Union. Today Zelensky is visiting Estonia and Latvia. Moscow is closely monitoring Kyiv's diplomatic offensive, expecting that the world community will develop a common line of conduct for possible negotiations, although the recent meeting with the Global South was unsuccessful. Now Kyiv experts are breathing unevenly towards Davos, where a discussion of the Ukrainian formula for peace will take place before the start of the World Economic Forum. More than 100 countries were invited. Of course, without Russia, which these days is intensively ironing Ukraine with missiles. Today the racists struck Kharkov again. There is talk that Russia will seek to create a buffer zone between Ukraine and the Belgorod region, of course, on Ukrainian territory. In any case, we can hardly expect any large-scale offensive until the dictator is re-established. Unless, of course, Putin urgently demands new victories at any cost. Become our patrons right now and look further in this program. Right before Zelensky's visit to Latvia, the famous Moscow House in Riga became state property. The authorities recognized that it was a breeding ground for racism. The enemy Washington dealt a blow to the boys' wallets. The White House has supported a bill to confiscate $300 billion of Russia's frozen reserves. In the Chechen city of Shali, the headquarters of the 70th Guards Motorized Rifle Regiment burned down. Burned down with all the documents. And in the rest of Russia it's not hot at all. Emergency shutdowns of heat and light took place in Novosibirsk, Omsk, Saratov and other cities. While Putin was fingering Chukchi cucumbers, General Moroz was freezing out the cave. Watch in the program, Postscript. As long as the racist system swears allegiance to the rat, there can be no re-establishment in the USA. Republican presidential candidates Ron DeSantis and Nikki Haley debated in Iowa. And Trump, who habitually ignores internal party debates, attended a large event on Fox News, where he held a public meeting. But the aftertaste from this communication was not entirely pleasant. And that is all. Our entire program's only available on Patreon. If you don't like it, write to YouTube and demand that the shadow ban be removed from our channel. Or subscribe to Patreon. And I thank everyone who is doing this right now. Hugs to everyone. See you tomorrow on Friday Live. Glory to Ukraine.